Hey, this is Marianne with RainbowWeddingNetwork.com and the Same Love, Same Rights initiative. And as you know, we've been putting up our vlogs on I Am Gay TV for some time now, and also on YouTube. You can find us and check us out, and we talk a little bit about what we do as a company and the ins and outs of our work here on behalf of equality in marriage and adoption rights for the gay and lesbian community. And on occasion, we get some rebuttals from those of you out there. And recently we've gotten some on YouTube from a young man named Timothy, I believe is his name. And I wanted to read one of them to you. And we wanted to set up a challenge to those advocates and allies out there on our behalf to get involved. Let's hype it up on YouTube and let's start a dialogue and converse about these issues. And as you will see from what I'm about to read from this young man, we need to educate him and some others out there about the truth and get rid of these just terrible stereotypes that are going around still to this day. It's almost 2008, people, so we need to change the tapes. So, in rebuttal to us here at Same Love, Same Rights, this young man said, "If homosexuals are allowed to marry, it could make it easier for them to adopt. Aside from the molestation issue, what about the poor child who has to grow up without a mother? Do you know how important the bond is between a male child and his mother? Even a homosexual would admit a close bond with his mother. The poor kid has two dads. I'm sure a few kids could make it through okay, but the majority would be hopelessly emotionally scarred." So, this is just chock full of things to talk about, isn't it? But the first one, of course, is the stereotype about gosh, where did I start? Child molesting and homosexuality. And I keep saying around here at the office that I want to go get my PhD in sociology or psychology, whatever, just so I have an excuse to do the work out there and find the statistical data on just how many felons in the prisons around this country identify as homosexual, because I believe that number is probably less than 5%, probably less than 1%. And certainly most of the child molesters out there identify as heterosexuals. And that number, I'm sure it's got to be at least 95% of child molesters identify themselves as heterosexuals. And so it's a preposterous stereotype that homosexuals are molesters of any kind or even sexually deviant. I mean, we're not. We're pretty boring, even in the bedroom. And so I think that's really important for us to continue to dialogue about, because this stereotype still exists, even in the minds of one very young man out there in this country. So we've got to keep working to change that attitude. And the fact that a child can grow up without a mother and not be well-rounded and grow up happy is just ludicrous. Of course, as we all know, the divorce rate in this country with heterosexual couples is extremely high, well over 50%, so there are plenty of children who grow up in a family with one dad or two dads, or certainly no mom around. So again, just a ludicrous statement. So it makes me a bit mad, but there is plenty of literature in the form of books now out there about children of gay parents who've grown up and tell their stories about just how happy they are and how well loved they are. And I know that we've adopted a child, and because of all the ropes we had to go through for adoption, it just states, and all of our family and friends say this so often, how much we had to go through, that it says so obviously how well loved and how wanted this child is, and that is very true. That I think in many cases, children of same-sex parents are even more wanted, because the same-sex parents have to go through that extra step of consciously deciding to have a child, because it doesn't happen just by accident, and so we have to go through an extra thought process about whether we really want to commit to having a child together, and then go to the extra lengths of actually bringing a child into our family, and that takes extra logistical work. So because of those reasons, children of same-sex parents, in my opinion, are actually more wanted and sometimes even more loved because of that. So lots to talk about here. Cindy, I think, had some final words to say, and we'll talk soon once again here from Same Love, Same Rights.
Yeah, I think it's great what Marianne is saying, and Timothy has written us several times with the same type of theme in his homophobic comments. So I really want to challenge the gay community. We need to educate not only this very young high school student, because that's his age range, about gay and lesbian, just about gay and lesbian people, and about our society, and to help him understand that these stereotypes are incorrect. So it's a challenge to the gay community. We need you to go on YouTube, we need you to go on to our videos, and we need you to post comments, and we need you to post rebuttals, and so Timothy can read from the community at large, and we need to let him know what life is like in the gay community. And if you happen to be a child who has been raised by two parents of the same gender, please post your comments, and let's educate Timothy and the other students and the other people in the straight community who have these same stereotypes. So we know you can do it. We know that you can go on and you can fill up YouTube full of comments. So please do post your videos, post your comments, and let's educate everybody about gay and lesbian issues, and see if we can't break some of these stereotypes.
There's still a need for the dialogue to continue.
That's right. Let's do it. Let's get it done. All right. So we look forward to reading your comments. Take care.